Shannon Plogstead found it difficult to be taken seriously when she entered the construction industry, and she was even told by her own family that women don't belong in construction. Now, the pre-construction manager for Turner Construction, Shannon focuses on mentoring young women in the industry and founded WEST, now known as Women Enhancing the Success of Turner, to support the recruitment and advancement of women. Her community involvement includes making these presentations to students on non-traditional careers and volunteering at the Free Store Food Bank. Shannon advises young women to find their voice and know that they have a unique ability to bring something of value to the table.
I think from my experience in construction, I would say the biggest obstacle is women finding their voice. So many times when you come into the business, you're trying to blend in, you're trying to be just like everyone else in the business, all the other men in the business, and just realizing that they have something to offer, different from all the men in the business, and being comfortable with who they are and just being able to stand up for what they believe in and just get out there and really be true to their beliefs and their values and their skill sets. What makes me feel really strong is mentoring to other people, and I didn't realize that. My first few years I was just trying to struggle along and make it for myself. But as I've grown, I've seen that I have a lot to offer to younger women in the construction field that are kind of struggling with the same things I struggled with. And so I try to focus my efforts on just the things that I'm passionate about, because I found that you have a job, and then you have a home life, and then you've got all this extracurricular. And if you're focusing your extracurricular efforts on things that don't make you feel empowered or don't make you feel good, you just get worn out and washed out. And so I try to really do the things that make me feel good about myself and allow me to use my strengths. And a lot of times, there's things that I may be good at, but they don't make me feel strong. And so I focus my efforts on the things that make me feel strong when I do them.
Congratulations, Shannon Plogstead. ATHENA finalist Annie Ruth says it was capturing the imaginations of her niece's classmates that led her to share her writing and art to inspire and educate. She shares her talents to empower youth, promote literacy, run the nonprofit foundation Eye of the Artists, and work with young women to build a self-esteem to find money for college and to follow their passion. She is a former Taft Museum of Art Duncanson Artist in Residence, and she's been honored by the Girl Scouts, the state of Ohio, the NAACP, YMCA, and the United Way. Annie Ruth's efforts are now worldwide through art, books, workshops, and grassroots efforts to reach children. She says, "Art transforms. I believe in the power of art."
I think the biggest obstacle really is themselves first, finding really what they love to do and doing their best at it, finding the freedom to really embrace what they love doing. I've found something that I'm passionate about, which is empowering young people, being an example, and showing them that there is no can't. Can't's not in my vocabulary. My mom always told me, "Annie Ruth, there isn't anything that you can't do." And I took that a little bit further, that the only thing I can't do is quit. And so can't is about perseverance. Doesn't mean that you won't fail, doesn't mean that people won't appreciate what you're doing, but press forward and know that you can do it. I actually empower myself with these words, and it's actually scripture that I say to myself, that I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. So even when I feel weak at times, I realize that I'm not doing it in my own strength, and it gives me that edge to keep pushing forward a little bit more.
Congratulations, Annie Ruth. Last, but definitely not least, Sally Westheimer's passion for the care and development of children, as well as parenting and professional skills for those who provide their care, has defined the 30 years that she has spent as executive director of 4C for Children, which is a child care resource and referral agency. 4C for Children has had an impact on more than 176,000 children, 176,000, can you believe it, through their services and initiatives. Sally believes that women can succeed at work or school if their children are being cared for in a safe and learning place. She mentors women in the nonprofit field, serves on boards including United Way Success by Six and the American Jewish Committee, and is a member of the United Way Wings Women's Initiative Next Generation.
Although there have been impressive gains for women, women are still primarily responsible for balancing work and family, for the responsibilities in home as well as their careers. So women are still the person responsible when the school calls with a sick child or to make arrangements for their children, preparing dinner and a lot of the housework regardless of whether their children in the home or not. So this figuring out the right balance continues to be a challenge for women. My advice for people, young women entering the workforce, has to do with taking an interest in public policy and advocacy. Whether it's in the corporate world or in the area of government, identifying barriers, whether they're related to investment, to regulations, whatever the larger systems barriers that there are, I strongly advocate or support women to involve themselves in advocacy and public policy work. Just doing the precise job is not enough. It's also incumbent upon us to remove barriers for others as well as ourselves to success.
Congratulations, Sally Westheimer. Now let's have one more round of applause for all our extraordinary Athena finalists. I would like to now welcome Dr. Robin White. She's the president and CEO of Great Oaks Institute of Technology and Career Development and a 2008 Athena finalist. Robin.
Well, thank you, Eric. We at Great Oaks are honored to be here today to sponsor the ATHENA Awards. These awards are a shining star in Cincinnati. They celebrate the generosity of women who are making an impact on the lives in our community. At Great Oaks, our mission is to improve lives by providing workforce development opportunity. It is now my pleasure to welcome the 2010 ATHENA Award recipient, Judith Harmony, to present the ATHENA Award to this year's recipient.
It is with great honor that I present to you the 2011 ATHENA Award recipient, Annie Ruth Napier.
Wow, I am so honored. I wrote a few things down so I can stay on point. But what I really, every time you have the opportunity to speak, and I've said this often, that you want to say something that's going to build or edify someone. And I have known for a long time that to whom much is given, much is required. My mom taught me that through Scripture. And at a young age, I realized that I was gifted to change the world, and that I was a peculiar woman. But first of all, before I go into that and kind of lay it out, it's a blessing to serve, and I want to definitely say congratulations to all of the finalists. You ladies are phenomenal, so let's give a round of applause. Really quickly, at table 21, there are, and probably spread out throughout the room, of course, my nominator, Judith Harmony, but at table 21 are some beautiful women who have wrapped their arms around me and supported me and encouraged me and pushed me forward to say, yeah, Annie, I believe in you, and continue to believe in yourself. The support of my husband has been unwavering as well, who also sits at that table. My goal is to continue on that path of giving. And oftentimes, you know, I take non-traditional ways of doing what I do. I'm not ashamed to stand on a street corner and say, woman, you are great, by doing something out of the box. And even though it might seem a little weird to someone else, I proudly proclaim that every gift, every perfect gift, every good gift comes from the Creator above. My final word that I also want to share is that, and recently I actually took a personal retreat because you notice in the video I was feeling a little worn and a little weary. And the words that God gave to me, and I'll share to you, is that retreating, I'm going to say it in a Ebonic kind of non-grammatical kind of way, retreating ain't quitting. And so I want to share to all my sisters, there comes a time where we have to retreat. We have to rejuvenate. My friend shared it to me almost like, she gave the example of an eagle who was in the valley at the lowest of low. And there were two other eagles that sort of came and wrapped their arms around that particular eagle and encouraged her, fly, fly, fly. So today I say to all my sisters out there, white, black, young, old, Hispanic, Asian, whatever the nationality is, fly, fly, fly.
Well, congratulations, Annie, for being the 2011 ATHENA Award recipient. This concludes our program. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate these amazing women who all are very accomplished. Now, as you get up, please make sure to pick up with your goodie bags. We're going to have some copies of the most recent issue of the magazine. You are among the very first because all these women are profiled in this issue. Thanks so much.